Shall we go to God in prayer? Dear God, thank you for these students, the graduate class of 2021. Not unlike diamonds that are stressed and pressured over time, these graduates have been through a great deal over the past 4 years, including COVID, unforeseen accidents, and the loss of 2 dear friends and classmates. Through the pressures of life, they have grown more resplendent, more precious than any jewel that sparkles in your life. And so it is we ask that you bless these rare gems of men and women that are here today. Continue to keep them in your care and allow them to touch others by the light and beauty you have imbued in them. It is in your most precious name that we pray. Amen. It's now my pleasure to introduce President Martin Roth.
Well, good evening, everybody. I know you heard enough of me on Saturday, so I'll keep my words short. But congratulations. We're immensely proud of all that you've accomplished to get to this point in your lives and in your careers, and to earn the distinction of becoming doctors of pharmacy. Can't think of a more noble profession, and it's one that's really going to give you an opportunity to be a pillar of your community. And I really want to emphasize that. And I want you to, hopefully, as you go out and pursue your careers and get embedded in different organizations and in your neighborhoods and your religious organizations and so forth, I hope you really embrace that opportunity. And as you do, I hope that you'll remember 2 things about your experiences here at UC. The first is you have had the opportunity to interact with people from many walks of life. Great diversity in this graduating class. Purposefully had the opportunity to do many internships and clinical rotations in a variety of different settings. And those were designed not only to help you better understand the valuable roles that pharmacists play in healthcare systems, variety of different settings, but also gave you an opportunity to work with a variety of different health professionals and patients. So you have a very broad perspective on people from all walks of life. The other thing that I want you to keep in mind is you had to learn a lot when you were in this program. Your faculty pushed you very hard to really be scientists. You probably can't think of any one class where mastering the content didn't involve understanding research, data, analysis, and using that information for decision making. So when you have an opportunity to be involved in community-related activities, bring that same thoughtfulness, bring that same discipline to those endeavors. As Dr. Schleicher mentioned, there's no lack of important societal issues today. Everything ranging from substance use disorders to our current pandemic, environmental issues, social justice issues. There are going to be many different issues, and you as a pharmacist, you as somebody who has a terminal degree in their field, somebody who's visible in the community, are often going to be asked to be involved in issues that are hard, that are complicated. There's multiple viewpoints and often conflict. So take that same discipline that got you here today of believing in science, believing in data, fact-based decision-making, and bring that same orientation and that same discipline to help contribute to any issue that you face, not just issues about medications and patient care. And you've had a great opportunity to learn a lot while you're here, make great friends, make professional connections with faculty and those who you interacted with in professional settings. So use all of that to your advantage. Congratulations again, and go out and do great things.
Good evening, graduates, faculty, family, and friends. My name is Darlene Fatumbi, and I am the Class of 2021 President. On behalf of the Class of 2021, I would like to thank our faculty, staff, family, and friends for the love, support you all have displayed in our lives over the past 4 years. None of us could have truly made it through such a rigorous program without the motivation and assistance received from each and every one of you. To my dear colleagues, congratulations on your great achievement. It feels like just a couple of months ago, we were seated in room 111, walking up to the front of the classroom to introduce ourselves and mention our fun facts to Ms. Bureau. Who would have known that our class would be such a unique cohort? The past 4 years of our lives have felt like a never-ending roller coaster ride. We've gone through so much as a class, from losing 2 of our beloved classmates, unforeseen hospital admissions, and to the COVID-19 pandemic changing the entire dynamic of our pharmacy education. However, through it all, we stuck together. We overcame, we conquered, and we possessed our imperishable possession, our Doctor of Pharmacy degree. To our dear friends, Dr. Noma Emo and Dr. Zachary Long, congratulations on graduating as well. Although we cannot physically see the both of you, we know the both of you are celebrating and rejoicing with the angels in heaven on your great accomplishment. Zach and Naoma, you are forever in our hearts and are truly missed. Naoma taught us faith and courage in the face of trials and tribulations. You showed us what it truly means to fight until the end, no matter what we may be going through in life. To our gentle giant Zach, you taught us always how to remain humble, patient, and compassionate in every aspect of life. The two of you were such a force to be reckoned with, and heaven definitely gained such sweet souls. Nonetheless, we've come to the end of the road. I will forever hold on to the memories we shared together, from our house parties at Omar's and Josh's places, to our leg races during the Leadership Olympics, and the picnic we had at the Canal Forest with Dr. Linger, speeding down McCorkle Avenue, trying to find a parking spot at 8:58 when class started at 9. Lastly, I implore you all to be courageous, bold, and determined like Noma. Never forget to be humble, compassionate, and gentle like Zach. I encourage you to give your friends and your family your very best. I encourage you to give yourself your very best, and most of all, I want you to give your patients your very best. I want each and every one of us to honor the oath we make today as pharmacists and make a meaningful impact in the lives of every patient and individual we come across within our careers. And as we devote ourselves to this lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy, I want us all to remember in those moments where things get rough, you did your best and your best was good enough. Thank you.
Thank you to Dr. Yanish and the university singers. Tonight I would like to introduce our keynote speaker. Dr. Sherri Young is the Executive Director and Health Officer of the Charleston Health Department, the largest and first PHAB accredited health department in West Virginia. She's the first woman and the first osteopathic physician to hold this office. In 2019, her colleagues elected her to be president of the West Virginia State Medical Association. She's also the immediate past president of the West Virginia Academy of Family Physicians. Dr. Young has served many leadership positions after getting her start in clinical practice. Most notably, she was the first state immunization officer for West Virginia. She also served as medical director for multiple medical enterprises in the past, including our own physician assistant program here at the University of Charleston. Dr. Young has been recognized for her extensive work in Kanawha County, leading the Health Command through the Charleston Health Department during this COVID-19 pandemic. Her Health Command team and community partners have worked tirelessly through Kanawha County by setting the standard for nursing home testing, large-scale drive-up COVID-19 testing, and achieved national recognition for leading the country's efforts in vaccination clinics, and actually putting West Virginia on the national map. Dr. Young has authored many articles on public health and medicine. However, in 2019, she and her young daughter, Gabby, co-authored a children's book named Lucky. It's a sweet story about a little girl finding her cat after losing her home and all of her belongings due to a tragic house fire. This is based on Dr. Young and Gabby's true life tragic story. She's also author of a book named Blessed, A Family Struggle to Rise Above the Ashes, which was published in January 2020. Dr. Young has received many awards, most recently the 2021 West Virginia Family Doc of the Year. For her work in response to COVID-19, she received the Angel Award from Senator Joe Manchin and a certificate of congressional recognition from Shelley Moore Capito. She's persistently received honors and recognition for her exemplary leadership and vigorous work ethic throughout her career, from her residency training at CAMC to Preceptor of the Year to awards from regional news stations, companies, and organizations that have had the privilege of working with her. Dr. Young has extensive experience with more than 100 professional education presentations at the local, state, national, and even international levels. She's spoken about immunizations and immunization laws. She's considered one of West Virginia's leading experts in immunizations. She even gave the keynote address for the International Zika Conference and Workshop just when we were learning about Zika virus and it's emerging as a global public health crisis. Dr. Young earned her medical degree from the West Virginia School of Osteopathic Medicine and completed her residency training at Charleston Area Medical Center. She's a fellow of the American Academy of Family Physicians, and before medical school, she also graduated summa cum laude from West Virginia University with a Bachelor's of Science in Speech Pathology and Audiology. It's been my pleasure to know Dr. Young and her precious daughter, Gabby, for many years. I've seen her in action, working with her professionally this year to keep our community safe by vaccinating West Virginians. And it's now my great pleasure to introduce my friend, Dr. Sherri Young, as our keynote speaker tonight.
Hello, I'm Dr. Sherri Young. I'm the Executive Director and the Health Officer for the Charleston Health Department. It's my honor to be here today, at least virtually, with the University of Charleston Pharmacy Program. First of all, I want to thank you and your leadership for their wonderful vaccination clinics such a success. Through all the partnerships that we've had through the University of Charleston with the Physician Assistant Program, the Nursing Program, and the School of Pharmacy, have been immeasurably important in our fight against COVID. I don't believe we could be having a virtual graduation at this point and not speak to COVID and how much it has impacted all of our lives for more than a year now. Today, as I stand here, we are 414 days into a fight against an enemy that we could not see, an enemy that we were not prepared for, and in an evolution of a pandemic that we've had to adapt several times. That's what I want to focus on today, is having that adaptability and having that teamwork, and thanking you for all of your efforts that have made us successful in our vaccination efforts, because that is our best way out of that pandemic. A few things that we've learned through the pandemic: the world can be a completely different place. We've learned that a virus can literally bring us to a screeching halt, figuratively and economically, and literally bring our lives to a screeching halt. For more than a year, we've had to use words such as shutdowns and contact tracing and isolation and quarantine, which have become commonplace in our society, things that we never talked about before. This is a virus that once contact tracing and isolation and quarantine, which have become commonplace in our society, things that we never talked about before. This is a virus that once it we've had to use words such as economically and literally bring our lives to a screeching halt. For more than a year, we've had to use words such as shutdowns and contact tracing and isolation and quarantine, which have become commonplace in our society, things that we never talked about before. This is a virus that once it got its grips on us, not only in the United States, but in the state of West Virginia and the city of Charleston, we've had people die. We've had over 300 deaths here just in Keynote. It's 300 more than we would ever want to announce. It's 300 too many. And out of respect to those people who have lost their lives in the battle for COVID, we need to finish our work and get the work done, get through this pandemic together. The biggest thing I want you to remember, of course, in graduation, we talk about the future and what the future is going to look like. And for your class, this is a little bit of a different time. We talk about the future and what the future is going to look like. And for your class, this is a little bit of a different time. Number one, you are taking your page in history. Everything that you've done related to the pandemic, this is going to be in history books and medical books for years to come. It's because this is the first big pandemic of our generation, especially your generation. We don't know that we'll have to deal with this again. There have been smaller pandemics before. There's been H1N1. Nothing like this has ever happened in my lifetime. Knowing that you are young and into your careers, this is something that it's not as much as of an impossibility that we would see something like this again. So what I want you to do with your careers is take what we've learned. We've learned as much as of an impossibility that we would see something like this again. So what I want you to do with your careers is take what we've learned. We've learned that mankind in general is vulnerable to something you can't see, so small that you can't see it, but it can kill you, it can hurt you, and it can make everything in the world just a different place. Knowing that vulnerability will serve you well going forward. Not knowing in a way that should make you afraid, but empowers you to know that we can get through this if we work together. If we don't have collaboration, if we don't have our communities in its entirety, if we don't have the healthcare community addressing these types of issues, we never will get through a pandemic. We never will get through anything else that comes our way. Maybe the next thing won't be as big as COVID. I certainly hope not. But it's something that when we talk about COVID, we are not through this yet. As the health officer, I've watched the numbers climb steadily over the last 414 days. I've watched governmental standstills. We've watched the absolute shutdowns. We saw the numbers rise to numbers we could barely manage having all hands on deck. What truly changed for us was when we got the vaccine. And that was really at the height of the pandemic as we know it now. We have a lot of changes coming our way. And it has been difficult. Over 400 days and having only a couple of days off, that comes with its challenges. Your team, what truly changed, we have a lot of changes coming our way. And it has been difficult. Over 400 days and having only a couple of days off, that comes with its challenges. Changes coming our way. And it has been difficult. Over 400 days and having only a couple of days off, that comes with its challenges. Your teammates get tired. You can't do this alone. And that's the importance of the collaboration in a team. No one person can pull this off. Not one agency can pull this off. It takes teams of people to even get through phases of what's happening outside in the world. And we still have a long way to go. Winston Churchill once used the quote, when you're going through hell, keep going. That's exactly where we are. It would be so easy because so many people are tired of COVID. So many people are tired of wearing masks. There are those who are not going to get the vaccine, no matter what medical science we can present to them, they do not want to get that vaccine. This presents a challenge because we need people vaccinated to a herd immunity level so that we can get through this. All of a sudden, here we are faced with variants. On one side, it looks like everything's getting so much better. We have vaccines, the hospitalizations are down, we're not seeing as many deaths. That tells us we went to where we needed to go, addressing the 80 and older population, addressing the 65 and older population. Of course, first and foremost, getting our healthcare professionals and our first responders vaccinated. That has saved lives, that has saved countless lives. But when we look at the fact that we have variants coming, still learning things about the vaccines, still learning about ways that our lives could change, maybe having to go back to doing booster shots. Is this going to be an annual issue? There are still so many unknowns. The fact that we still see cases every day and outbreaks every day, things climbing, it is very scary getting into this what I'm calling a post-Easter surge, post-spring break surge. We're getting ready for kids to be out of school, and so and I urge everyone, first of all, who has not been vaccinated, who can receive a vaccine, if there's anybody out there that you know, you yourself, your classmates, anyone in your families that needs the vaccine that hasn't had it, let us help you. Because we want to keep people safe, we want to keep people alive, we want to get people to the other side of this pandemic, and right now that's one of our only answers. We know that people are going to be on summer breaks and and going different places and traveling. Be safe this summer. There's a lot out there as far as variants. There's a lot out there as far as some places aren't wearing masks or so being socially distant. So second, take care of yourselves. That's good advice in your career too. Always take care of yourself. I have to say, working 414 days in a row, it does take, it's exhausting. And that's why it's so important to have teammates that will support you, make sure that you are fed, make sure that you're taken care of, and do the same for your teammates, because they can get exhausted in time. Make sure you have the right support. It does take, it's exhausting. And that's why it's so important to have teammates that will support you, make sure that you are fed, make sure that you're taken care of, and that you do the same for your teammates, because they can get exhausted in time. Make sure you have the right support networks, and that collaboration, I hope you never have to fight another pandemic. And if COVID went away tomorrow, you still need those relationships to address your communities, to be the community leaders that I know the UC School of Pharmacy has prepared you to be. The UC School of Pharmacy is far and above one of the best pharmacy schools in the United States, and they have trained you well. You'll do well in your career. It is your job now to take what you have learned, not only from your experiences in school and what you've learned in books, but to take what you've learned from this pandemic and make the future brighter. If COVID went away tomorrow, you still need to be there to get vaccines. If everything got better and everything opened up tomorrow, they still need those questions answered. People trust you. You are a face of medicine that people trust and need, and you are one of the most valuable people on the healthcare team. Never forget that. One thing, one entity cannot do it by itself, and that is why collaboration throughout the healthcare community is so important. We could not do clinics where we vaccinate 5,000 people without our partnership with UC and without you students. I'm so proud of you as you go out into your careers. Can't wait to see what you all do. I'm so proud knowing that maybe some of the experiences that you had with us is going to carry on with you for the rest of your lives. One more quote, and I'll send you off to the rest of your graduation. I'd love to see some of the experiences that you had with us is going to carry on with you for the rest of your lives. One more quote, and I'll send you off to the rest of your graduation. I'd love to quote Socrates or Aristotle, or something very, very profound, but I'll leave you with this. John Lennon. Life is what happens while you make plans. And we can plan for anything. Just don't forget to live life to its fullest. And make sure that you have the team and support that you need to be a great, great professional. And make your leadership great. And make your leadership. With that, I thank you, and I wish you all the best of luck in your careers.
At this time, Dr. Fandy, will you please present the candidates for the Doctor of Pharmacy degree? The candidates will be coming forward. They will be signing the oath of the pharmacist on the stage. They will pick up the large version of the oath of the pharmacist so that they can recite it. And after they sign, they will get a picture with Interim Dean Dr. Farouk Khan. Dr. Shania Bradford. Dr. Brooke Campbell. Dr. Dakota Konauer. Dr. Kendall Covington. Dr. Hanan El Sabai. Dr. Darlene Fatumbi. Dr. Omar Jabara. Dr. Joshua Golub. Dr. Julia Gooden. Dr. Bryan Gray. Dr. Gabriel Griffith. Dr. Andrea Harmon. Dr. Audrey Hayhurst, Pharmacy Fellow. Posthumously, Dr. Nama Emo. Dr. Brandy Keaton, Pharmacy Fellow. Dr. Pamela Kemgang. Dr. Ronald Trey Lockhart III. Posthumously, Dr. Zachary Long. Dr. Tristan Maynard. Dr. Joshua McIntyre. Dr. Robert Newberry. Dr. Tone Nguyen. Dr. Roya Roy Ngwani. Dr. Julie Amy and Jonna Hannah. Dr. Faith Peters, Pharmacy Fellow. Dr. Megan Potter. Dr. Rachel Rubel. Dr. Rachel Rucker. Dr. Mark Saleh. Dr. Taylor Schlieser. Dr. Haley Shepard. Dr. Bradley Simpson. Dr. Tyler Sims. Dr. Jamie Swift. Dr. Aaron Wilson. Dr. Amanda Wright. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Christy Lucas, who will present the Phi Lambda Sigma presentation.
The loss of Dr. Zachary Long and Dr. Noma Emo in the class of 2021 has been devastating and heartbreaking. They were both exceptional leaders and had not only been inducted into Phi Lambda Sigma, Pharmacy's Leadership Society, but both held offices within our organization. The executive director from Phi Lambda Sigma's national office reached out to our chapter in an effort to recognize our fallen leaders. The national organization was in the midst of creating graduation medallions for future PLS graduates to wear with their graduation regalia. These are not yet available for the class of 2021, but the very first 2 medallions off the press in the nation were produced and personally engraved for Zach and Noma. It reads on the back, honoring the pharmacy leadership of, and it lists their name, their years of their life, and that they're in the Gamma Psi chapter of Phi Lambda Sigma. I was honored to wear Zach's medallion during the graduation ceremony on Saturday when I received his diploma on behalf of his family. Nama's medallion is here with us tonight to share with you before it is sent to her family. May we always carry the spirit of leadership with us in their honor.
At this time, Dr. Monk and I will be alternating the presentations of tonight's award. If the winners would please come to the stage to accept your certificate. Some of the awards do have the checks attached to the back, and others have been processed with your financial aid. The Amy Bryan Residency Scholarship. The Bryan Scholarship is funded by Dr. Amy Bryan, a member of the inaugural class of 2010. This scholarship is being given to a student pharmacist who will be completing a residency after graduation from pharmacy school. The class of 2021 recipient of the Amy Bryan Scholarship is Dr. Taylor Schleiser, who will have her residency site at the Charleston Area Medical Center.
I'd like to announce the Fruit Scholarship winner. Each year, Fruit Pharmacy strives to identify and reward students that reflect the values of service and integrity that they hold dear as a company. These individuals are expected to place the highest priorities on patient service and promoting positive outcomes within the communities their pharmacies proudly serve. The class of 2021 recipient of the Fruit Scholarship is Dr. Trey Lockhart.
The Nama Emo Memorial Scholarship. Nama Emo was a warm and welcoming presence within the School of Pharmacy. She was someone who went out of her way to make new student pharmacists feel welcomed and included. Nama provided countless hours of service to multiple student organizations in an attempt to make a difference. She embodied strength, determination, inclusion, and persistence. Despite learning that she had terminal cancer, she returned to classes in January of 2020 in a dedicated attempt to complete her PharmD degree. Sadly, she lost her battle with synovial sarcoma only 1 month later on February 12th. The winner of the inaugural Nama Emo Memorial Scholarship is fittingly her good friend, Dr. Darlene Fatumbi.
The Tess Taubman Scholarship is funded by Dr. Tess Taubman, a member of the inaugural class of 2010. This scholarship is being given to a student pharmacist who will be completing a residency after graduation from pharmacy school. The class of 2021 recipient of the Tess Taubman Scholarship is Dr. Bryan Gray, who will complete his residency at Holzer Hospital. Next is the United States Public Health Service Excellence in Public Health Award. This year, the USPHS is honored to recognize 90 student pharmacists from across the country for their innovative and impactful efforts in addressing current public health challenges. The recipient of a 2021 United States Public Health Service Excellence in Public Health Award is Dr. Tristan Maynard.
The Drug Emporium Outstanding Internship Scholarships. Drug Emporium Pharmacy appreciates the opportunity to assist in educating the pharmacists of the future. This award was established to recognize an intern who completed an APPE rotation this year and demonstrated excellence in drug knowledge, customer service, communication skills, and an interest in the welfare of their patients. The recipients of the Drug Emporium Outstanding Intern Scholarships are Dr. Megan Potter, Kanawha City location. And Dr. Joshua Golub, Patrick Street location.
The Outstanding Graduate Student Awards are given to fourth-year students based on recommendations from their respective preceptors for a performance deemed at a greater level than their peers. These recommendations take into consideration timeliness, motivation, quality of work, communication skills, and professionalism. The class of 2021 recipient of the Outstanding Graduate Student Award in Community Pharmacy is Dr. Brandy Keaton. And the class of 2021 recipient of the Outstanding Graduate Student Award in Health Systems Pharmacy is Dr. Pamela Kim Yang.
The Viatris Excellence in Pharmacy Award is formerly the Mylan Excellence in Pharmacy Award. Viatris Pharmaceuticals is pleased to recognize one graduate per school of pharmacy whose pursuit of excellence has already put them in a class by themselves. This is a graduate who has made their mark through academic achievement, professional motivation, and by demonstrating a unique ability to communicate drug information. The award is actually a lithograph entitled Pharmacy, A Tradition of Healing, and when that arrives, that will be presented to the recipient. Recipient of the 2021 Viatris Excellence in Pharmacy Award is Dr. Tristan Maynard. I would like to introduce Dr. Julie Testman, who will introduce the class of 2020-2021's Preceptor of the Year.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's Preceptor of the Year as selected by the class of 2021, Dr. Rachel Sevilla, who will be joining us electronically to lead the class in the Oath of the Pharmacist. Dr. Sevilla is a clinical pharmacy specialist practicing in renal transplant and internal medicine at Charleston Area Medical Center General Division. She received her Doctor of Pharmacy degree here from the University of Charleston School of Pharmacy and completed a PGY1 residency at Charleston Area Medical Center. Prior to becoming a clinical pharmacy specialist, Dr. Sevilla spent 3 years as a clinical staff pharmacist at CAMC General Hospital. Her research interests include areas of renal transplant, discharge counseling, and transitions of care. We are very appreciative of the time and support she provides to our students as a preceptor, and also very proud of all that she has accomplished as a graduate of our program.
Thank you, Dr. Tessman. When I graduated from the University of Charleston in 2012, I had always had the goal of becoming a pharmacy preceptor. And as an alumni, it's an honor to be the preceptor of the year for the class of 2021. And with that, will all Doctor of Pharmacy candidates and pharmacists please stand for the oath of a pharmacist? A copy of the oath of a pharmacist can be found in your program. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of my responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public.
Good evening, and thank you all for coming here to celebrate this outstanding achievement for all of our graduates, the newest graduate of School of Pharmacy, University of Charleston School of Pharmacy. So before I say a few words to you, I just want to recognize all our community members here at the University of Charleston School of Pharmacy. Their outstanding dedication has always been there whenever you need it. So first of all, I would like to thank our chief guest here today, President Roth, for his time with us and inspirational welcoming remarks for the graduates. At the same time, I would like to thank today's keynote speaker, Dr. Sherri Young, the Executive Director of Health Officer of the Kanawha Charleston Health Department. Now I request our very energetic and dedicated faculty and staff members to stand up and recognize themselves. You spend countless hours in educating professionally, developing our students. Thank you so much for all your dedication, unconditional. Thank you all. So a round of applause for Dr. Joe Ianis, the university singers, for their gift of musical night, kind of, and that is alma mater music. Thank you to them as well. And also thanks to university IT team for their dedication and support to make sure we get this program done very smoothly. And also, I think they are doing this virtually overall and relaying on the YouTube. Thank you all. There are also a few of our staff members who are always working tirelessly from the behind the scene. We never see them here. So we want to thank them as well. They are always on their office, they are always working. So thank them and a round of applause for them. Now, let me say a few words. I know Dr. Roth and our keynote speaker have already said a lot of things. I don't think there is much left there for me, but I still want to say a few words, if you would. So congratulations, and let me address you as the pharmacy doctors of 2021. Congratulations on your achievement. And you are the newest pharmacy graduate of this school. And I am really blessed to be able to address each of you as a doctor and partner in this profession. You have entered into one of the most respected and trusted professions. The experience you earned in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic is invaluable. I consider this blessing to your education as it contributed tremendously in molding each of you into resilient and trustworthy pharmacists. As you embark upon the professional world, please remember, trust is earned, not owned just because you have firmly behind your name. This gives you great power, but not without responsibility and accountability. Use this power to influence positive change. Change for your patients, communities, colleagues, and profession. The culture of pharmacy profession has become perverse on occasions, in that you may be sleep deprived, work exhausted, and work when you are sick. Remember, self-care is essential. You must take care of yourself, otherwise you will be unable to take care of others. Never forget to be an exceptional leader with these 9 virtues: humility, honesty, courage, perseverance, hope, charity, balance, wisdom, and justice. Also, embrace 4 of these following humble advices. Firstly, be thoughtful of your fellow human beings. Second, minimize uncertainty for your patients as well as your family, friends, and others. Be courageous. Don't back down when things get tough. Take principled stands to defend your oath as a pharmacist. And finally, don't do it for money. Do your best to be good pharmacists, citizens, and above all, good human beings. Like every generation of pharmacists, you are facing your own challenges. These challenges include mastering ever-changing technology without losing human touch, coping with rising healthcare costs, complex health system, creating health equity for all citizens and all communities, and establishing social justice. Pay attention to the reality in front of you and keep an open mind and develop resilience. Resilience is like muscle. Hard times never fun, but they are the way we develop character and become stronger individuals. Be proud alumni of UCSOP. And please keep in touch with your alma mater, no matter where life takes you. Our best wishes are always with you, and we will be partners in the professional world going forward. I wish you the best with your professional and personal life. Thank you all, and congratulations once again. And also congratulations to all the award winners. I think I forgot to thank the donors and supporters as well. Thank you all. Now please be seated. I think the stage party will be leaving the stage first, followed by the faculty and the new graduates, the doctors.
And
Also, don't forget to pick up when you are going out, don't forget to pick up a candle, because there will be a candlelight visual tonight for Dr. Jack Long. Yeah.